The headlines: Gunmen abduct butchers chairman cleric in Nasarawa. Suspended police chief ABBA KYARI released after 27 months in detention. New wave of cryptocurrency fever sweeping across Nigeria. Millions join in the hopes of making money. And away from Nigeria, Jacob Zuma's party emerges the big winner in South Africa election. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and the details will start with security matters. Now, some yet to be identified gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have abducted the Nasarawa State Chairman of Butchers Association, Yunusa Muhammad Goma, and the Deputy Chief Imam of Jibwe's GRA Mosque Lafia, Yakubu Muhammad Sarki. The chairman, Lafia Cattle Market, Saleh Matasa, who confirmed this in a telephone interview with Trust TV in Lafia, said the victims were abducted after the night prayers. According to Matasa, the victims were kidnapped at the cattle market where they normally stay before going home after the night prayer. According to the Lafia Cattle Market chairman, before the kidnapping, the abductors engaged in sporadic shooting, adding that 2 women were hit by the bullets in the process. The police public relations officer of the Nasarawa State, Ramhan Nansel, who said the command had not been briefed at the time of filing in this report, promised that the incident would be investigated to fish out the perpetrators. The KYARI State Police Command has arrested a car snatching syndicate that specializes in dismantling cars snatched from residents in Lagos State to sell in KYARI State. The command spokesperson, Tone DSP Ejire Adeyemi, disclosed this on Friday in a statement. According to her, detectives were alerted to their suspicious activities at a dump site located around the Mahdi area along Okolowa-Jeba Expressway in Ilorin, where some suspects were seen dismantling a car. She said preliminary investigations revealed that the car was snatched at gunpoint in Lagos State and transported to Ilorin for dismantling and resale. According to her, 2 other suspects, Olarewaju Sukirulai and an individual known as Old Soldier, remain at large, adding that efforts are ongoing to track down and apprehend the fleeing suspects. The presidential candidates of the Labour Party in the last year's general elections, Peter Obi and his People's Democratic Party, the PDP counterpart, Atiku Abubakar, have condemned the attack in Abia State that claimed 11 lives. 5 soldiers and 6 civilians were killed in ABBA on Thursday when gunmen stormed the military unit at Obikabia Junction, Obo Hill area, and burnt the unit as well as a patrol van parked in the unit. Some soldiers were alleged to have escaped the attack by the gunmen. A day after the incident, Atiku and Obi joined the list of prominent Nigerians in condemning the attack in separate statements on their X handles. Describing the attack as a dastardly act, Obi said the Abia's attack is a reminder of the escalating insecurity that has plagued the nation. Obi asked the Nigerian authorities to step up decisive actions to avoid further bloodshed in the country. Atiku, on his part, asked the federal government to ensure that criminal elements are separated from legitimate agitators. The Senate Committee on Army has condemned what it called the heinous and cowardly attack on troops of Operation Udoka at the Obikabia Junction checkpoint Abia in Abia State during the Biafra Remembrance Day. According to a statement by the Director of Defense and Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, the assault was carried out by IPOB, the ESN terrorists, resulting in the tragic loss of 5 personnel of the armed forces. The military also confirmed the loss of 6 civilians' lives in the crossfire. Reacting in a statement signed by its chairman, Senator Abdulaziz Yaradua, on Saturday, the Senate Committee on Army said the attack is an affront to peace and security of the nation. The committee called for comprehensive investigation into the attack to ensure that justice is served and those responsible are brought to account. Away from security matters, the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, and Trade Union Congress, the TUC, have declared a nationwide strike beginning on Monday, started from Monday, June 3rd, 2024, over the tripartite committee's inability to agree on a new minimum wage and hike in electricity tariff. The president of the TUC, Festus Osifu, announced the strike at a joint news conference with the leadership of the NLC in Abuja on Friday. The report.
According to the Labour leaders, the decision follows the expiration of an earlier request to the federal government to conclude all negotiations for a new minimum wage before the end of May. The organised Labour had once pulled out of the negotiation and rejected two federal government offers, the latest being 60,000 naira. They're insisting on 497,000 naira as minimum wage.
We are hereby declaring the commencement of a nationwide industrial action, a nationwide strike, effective from Monday, June 3rd, 2024. And this strike shall be indefinite. And this strike shall be on until we have a new national minimum wage, until government is serious and also the tariff increment in electricity is reversed. We are united on this. We believe that this is the way forward. We believe this is the time, as we have done over the years, to consistently stand with the working class of Nigeria.
Since the removal of the fuel subsidy and the floating of the naira, the cost of living in Nigeria has reached new highs, heightening calls for a new minimum wage. In the wake of the development, Labour leaders have reeled out several measures, including a new minimum wage, alternative modes of transportation, and others to cushion the impact of the subsidy removal.
In the same vein, the ABBA State chapter of the Nigerian Labour Congress has promised to comply with the directive of the NLC and the TUC, the Trade Union Congress, to begin an indefinite strike nationwide on Monday. The NLC and the TUC declared a strike on Friday following the federal government's failure to conclude and pass into law a new National Minimum Wage Act and reverse the hike in electricity tariff to 65 naira per kilowatt, that's per hour. The ABBA NLC chairman, Ogbonnaya Okoro, disclosed this in an interview on Friday. Okoro said the branch will call for a state emergency meeting on Monday, wherein it will direct members to comply with the national directive. Former President Muhammadu Buhari in April 2019 signed into law the Minimum Wage Repeal and Reenactment Act 2019. Meanwhile, the federal government has pleaded with the organized labor to reconsider its decision to embark on an indefinite strike from Monday, June 3rd, 2024, in protest against the government's refusal to raise the proposed minimum wage from 60,000 naira. According to the federal government, the interest of the masses should be the top priority for organized labor. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Mohammed, disclosed this in an interview on Saturday. While describing the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress as partners in Project Nigeria, Mohammed noted that industrial action was not the solution to the ongoing negotiation for a new minimum wage for workers. This came hours after organized labour declared a nationwide strike, which would begin on Monday, June 3rd, 2024, over the federal government's refusal to raise the proposed minimum wage from 60,000 naira. The former commander of the Police Force Intelligence Response Team, ABBA KYARI, has been released from the Kuje Custodial Center in Abuja. This followed the ruling of a federal high court in Abuja that granted KYARI 2 weeks bail. Granted the bail on May 22nd, 2024, Justice Emeka Nwite said the 2 weeks would allow KYARI bury his mother, who died on May 5th. The suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police had spent 27 months behind bars. However, the spokesperson of the FCT Police Command of the N-Coast, Adamu Duza, said KYARI, who was released after meeting his bail conditions. Speaking on Friday, Duza said DCP KYARI has perfected his bail conditions and has since been released. KYARI was detained following his arrest on February 14, 2022, by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for alleged involvement with an international drug cartel. On health matters, nutritionists and dietitians in Bauchi State have advocated for frequent awareness in using locally made micronutrient food supplements for the prevention of malnutrition among children 6 to 24 months in the Northeast region. He made the assertion while talking to members of the media on preventive measures at the Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, Bauchi. Trust TV's Adamu Imam files in this report.
Recent UNICEF reports on multidimensional poverty and other relevant surveys indicated that significant figures of Nigerian children are battling with acute malnutrition as a result of one reason or the other. Against this background, health experts say government should focus on preventing malnutrition using local nutritious food as palliatives to many families towards fighting the menace.
Maybe you find that you cannot just be given small of palliative are given. Some of them I just will call them junks. This spaghetti or all these things. We need this fresh, our local fresh food. That's what we need. Not all this candy or whatever spaghetti and all this. They didn't need it. Are you getting me? Let them give them this our fresh local available food.
He also advised parents to know that fighting malnutrition doesn't require excessive spending.
What we mean by supplementing, you supplement something that is lacking in that you are preparing in terms of nutrient. That you add this and this one, like this soya, granite, corn, and all this thing. So you start mixing them, you start giving child gradually. By the time it reaches 8 to 9 months, he'll be accustomed to family diet. She take everything.
Lactating mothers shared experiences with the media in Kalrugo community, Kaltungolo Kalgamen area of Gombe State recently on how they process the local macronutrient diet for their babies and to improve their children's well-being.
How to learn how to cook food for the children who after their 6 months breastfeeding. If they reach 6 months, the type of food that we give for them, the type of food that they will eat, because they will give them energy and strong.
Porridge for them. Myself, I used to eat it because I'm having high pressure, and I learned that it contains 100% of vitamin A. That's why I put myself to see that I'm rich, and I also to help my family.
Philomena Irene is a nutrition specialist with United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. She said, for healthy growth and development, children need to consume foods from at least 5 out of the 8 recommended food groups.
While we promote exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life, we also encourage mothers to continue breastfeeding from 6 months to 2 years and also add complementary food. In Kalurigo PSC here, you will see the different kind of complementary food that we have been promoting, that is made up of available locally affordable foods that is homegrown by the mothers here in Kalurigo.
She urged Nigerian government at all levels to prioritize Child Nutrition Fund, a new mechanism designed to accelerate the scale-up of policies to end child stunting growth. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The residents of Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, have called on Governor Zulum to sustain the tempo of development and transformation witnessed in the state. On the first anniversary of the governor's second term, the resident commended Zulum for what they call the massive construction of road network, the flyovers, schools, subsidized public transportation, and the distribution of food palliatives across the state and resettled communities to cushion the effects of economic hardship, while urging the government to focus on job creation, empowerment, and tackle insecurity in the Northeast. They hoped that the federal government will reduce the price of fuel and food commodities.
So actually he has done a lot within that short period of 1 year in terms of infrastructural development, human capital development, and poverty eradication. Provision of transport to people within Maiduguri and environments through the Borno Express Transport Corporation or company and so on and so forth.
We have seen commitments in youth empowerment and engagements, including women. We have seen development in micro businesses and small and medium businesses. So we can say and the footprints, his activities or his development, his achievements are clearly written boldly everywhere you can see. So Governor Babagana Umar Zulum's administration is commendable, excellent.
The number of developments, the number of projects on ground cannot be, counted because they are all over. Anywhere you are within metropolis, 300 meters from wherever you are, you see very massive infrastructural projects going on, from the construction of culverts to roads, to overhead bridges, to clinics, to hospitals, etc. This is happening today, right now as we are. And we are optimistic that by the end of the year, all the lofty objectives of the year's budget, inshallah, are going to be met.
There is a new frenzy in town, and you might have noticed people tapping their phones' screens recently in hopes of mining cryptocurrency, which according to this new trend will translate to money in the bank. Tap to earn cryptocurrencies incorporates gaming elements into the mining process, making it more engaging and accessible to a broader audience. Dr. Yakubu tells us more about this new phenomenon sweeping across the country. Take a look.
The cryptocurrency app TapSwap has surged in popularity, with many Nigerians eager to capitalize on the trend. The platform engages users through game-like mechanics such as tapping and referral incentives to distribute tokens. Viral videos have highlighted alarming instances of individuals, both young and old, obsessively tapping on their phones. While this raises concerns, some Nigerians remain optimistic about the potential benefits of the cryptocurrency, whereas others are skeptical about its value.
Like the common man believes that in every opportunity where he or she sees free money, we always want to go into that. And going from the previous antecedents, like how the North coin paid and the other coins, how they have paid before now, it's assumed that, or it is believed that subsequently, once the TapSwap is being launched, it's going to pay also.
No, it's not a scam. He said, look, if you meant to get rich, then it can give you money. So we don't know. We are doing it probably. We don't know what is going to happen. So, but I believe we will make it.
I believe in it because the previous one, which is Notcoin, that they launched it, a lot of my friends or colleagues have earned huge amount of money. Some earn like 300,000, some 100,000, some 80,000. It depends on how you dedicate yourself and work towards it. Some are seeing us as mad people who don't have something doing. So actually, it's not like that.
So normally, if you see something occurring like this, you always term it to be a scam, actually. So I couldn't consider it as a true investment that a youth can devote their time into. It's because who are the beneficiaries? How many numbers of people are getting income out of it per minute, per day, weekly? I don't know. Nobody. I can't even track someone that benefit from that action. So to me, actually, it's a scam.
Why I don't want to do it is because I know for sure that it will just waste my time. Because I've heard that people abandon their jobs and be tapping their phone, and you can just imagine. I mean, I have better things to do with my time other than tapping my phone.
Although TapSwap provides an accessible entry point in cryptocurrency mining, experts have raised concerns about the transparency and sustainability of the model.
We don't know their intent, right? So you can download it and it can be a Trojan horse, it can be a malware that affects you. It can have a keylogger that can even take whatever you're logging in from your password to your username on other platform and sending it to another person to make use of it. So we are exposing yourself to a lot of cyber crimes because losing your password, losing your identity, and someone having it can actually implicate you at the end of the day. So TapSwap is just a platform, right, that we have seen people tapping. But at the end of the day, these people are not regulated in Nigeria. We don't know who actually is behind it and what their intent are. And at the end of the day, we're having millions of Nigerians tapping their phone, registering on the platforms and exposing that. So anything can happen. At the end of the day, you might not even get money from the TapSwap, but at the end of the day, we have lost a lot of user data to such platform, and it's really worrisome because we might not see the effect now. Most of these people might not see the effect, but I'm telling you, in 1 or 2 years, some of them, the same wallet they are using for this TapSwap, they might use it to buy another project or buy their USD. We never can say maybe we might use it to even buy Naira tomorrow. And after 2 years, these same people that have used this platform might start losing their money, and they wonder from where this is coming from, right? But you have forgotten that you have used your wallet to register on one platform, and the person didn't act on it. He left after 2 years. When you have started saving good money on that wallet, then he can come and attack you. So those are the privacy issues that we are going to lose. Our identity are exposed. Our security that has to do with our financials are exposed. And at the end of the day, what you are even building, you might lose it in 1 day after 2, 3, 4 years of working so hard on it.
While platforms like TapSwap offer an intriguing way to earn cryptocurrency with minimal effort, it is essential to approach them with caution. The potential risk, including low earnings, scams, privacy concerns, and security threats, must be carefully considered. Always remember, in the world of cryptocurrency, vigilance and informed decision-making are your best defenses against fraud and loss. Sometimes, when things appear too good to be true, it is because they are too good to be true. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Away from Nigeria, South Africa's former President Jacob Zuma staged a surprise comeback at the head of an upstart party that is only a few months old but already the country's third largest. Zuma, 82, was banned from standing in this week's general election because of a contempt conviction and alleged corrupt interest. But at the reins of the NP party founded barely 8 months ago, he has taken a huge chunk out of the once untouchable ANC's majority and stormed his home province. On Friday afternoon, with 60% of the votes counted, Zuma's MK was leading at the ANC by 43% to 18 in the electoral battleground province of KwaZulu-Natal, a huge pool of votes. In the national race, the newcomers had more than 12%, putting them in a third behind the ANC, whose votes collapsed from more than 57% in 2019 to 42% on Wednesday, and the center-right Democratic Alliance. Marianne Robinson, the mother of the former First Lady Michelle Obama, who moved into the White House with the first family, helping care for her young granddaughters and providing a stabilizing presence in one of the world's most stressful residences, died Friday, her family said. According to a family statement, Robinson was 86. Though she switched the spotlight, Robinson was present for some of the Obama family's most visible moments, often appearing at holiday celebrations or other events alongside the first couple and their two daughters, Sasha and Malia. On election night in 2008, she was famously photographed holding her son-in-law, Barack Obama's hand, while the two sat on a couch as results poured in, sweeping him into office as the nation's first black president. Robinson was born in 1937 and grew up on the south side of Chicago, one of the 7 children, before studying to become a teacher and working as a secretary. She married her husband, Fraser Robinson, in 1960, and the couple had 2 children, Michelle Obama and her brother, Craig Robinson, both of whom were also raised on the south side. And finally, in sports, due to the impressive performance of Nigeria's Rivers Hoopers in the 2024 African Basketball League, Coach Ogo Odaudu has been voted Coach of the Year. The Nigerian champions proved the bookmakers wrong by coming top in the Sahara Conference of the league held in Dakar, Senegal. Hoopers under the tutelage of Odauju upstaged much established teams like the Doans and APR and the former champion US Monastir. The 2024 Coach of the Year award was presented by BAL Head of League Operations Ruben Boltje, the former point guard for the Nigerian national team. Odauju has become the first Nigerian to win the BAL Coach of the Year award. And on that great news, we wrap up news updates on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.